Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 6 of my Prison Architect Let's Play. So we're kind of just resuming right where we left off. They're building the wall for the common room here, and they're going to place a new door here. That way we can change that patrol and actually get some visibility in these two rooms. Just until we get the CCTVs. Once we actually have those, then it won't be such a big deal. Where did you get that jail door from? You just kind of pulled it out of nowhere and you're bringing it over there. Okay, whatever. Let's see why these toilets aren't working right now. Is there no... Yep, the utilities are one short. That's okay, we can fix that pretty easily. And then the other thing we want to do, we actually lost a prisoner. He actually got released. So that's okay though. As long as they're not escaping, we're okay with that. And you can actually check that if we click on grading. Whoop, one prisoner has been released. So, click the X. Yeah, so he definitely didn't escape. He was released. Alright, so now that this is built, let's lock this open. And we're going to look at our deployment. We're going to switch that up a little bit. Go to our guard patrols and just kind of wipe this part out of that patrol, and that should give us a little bit better visibility. Yeah, that should give us a little bit better visibility. Whoops, actually that won't work. Let's go back to that screen. Forgot that that door was no longer there. Yeah, let's go like that. And there we go. That's a little better. Okay, so now that we've got that done, I think we're okay. And let's take a look. I want to get this path built here, but I also want to accept some new prisoners. So let's go to prisoners. There's actually a difference in prisoners here. I mean, obviously the risks is different, but also the amount you get paid for each one is different. You'll get 50 for low, 100 for normal, and 150 for high. So we're going to accept some more normal. 22 prisoners. Can we take 22 prisoners? I actually don't know that we can. That's a lot of prisoners. Why so many? If we have 32 max, that'll put us at, what, 37? So 5 would have to be in a holding cell. I guess that's going to have to be okay. So we'll go ahead and let it happen. We know that we're going to be okay with the food. I hope. That's a lot of prisoners coming in. Yeah, we're just gonna have to play this one by ears, guy. And okay, let me take a look and see what we're gonna do about these prisoners, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back, and sorry about the little break. The wifey is actually pregnant, so when she comes calling, I come running. So just a little heads up there, if there's any pauses in the video, that might be why. So yeah, we're just gonna pick up kind of where we left off, and we need to be planning for these extra prisoners that we're gonna be getting. We have 17 open cells, but we're going to be getting 22 prisoners. There's actually enough beds in here, I think, in the holding cell to keep the other ones kind of happy. Well, that guy is really running. But yeah, I think we need to do probably another wing of cells here. The other thing that we need to do is we need to switch this deployment from unlocked back to general population. So that'll shut all those cell doors. Whoops, didn't mean to pause it there. And we're going to set the store mode to normal. So that means this cell block is officially ready to go. So, I'm trying to think, because we do want to work on getting 50 prisoners, and this would pretty much get us to that point if we built another cell block. But where would we put it? That is a good question. So maybe we need to go into planning and plan for this other cell block. So let's go ahead and pause it, because these prisoners are going to be arriving at 8 a.m. So I don't really want to let that keep running. We can kind of get rid of all of this planning here because we've already done it. So we'll just go like that. The other thing we're going to want pretty soon is at least one of these classrooms finished, so we can start doing education. And we're going to want the workshop pretty soon. The workshop is a pretty big expenditure though, because we're going to have to put in another power station. That's $5,000, and then we're going to have to buy the equipment to run it. So it's going to cost a little bit of money up front. And we have a decent bank balance right now. I think what we'll do is we'll go for grants. Whoops, not programs. We can't really do any programs because, you know, we don't have any of this stuff. But this is what we'd be basically looking for, is workshop safety induction. Led by a foreman in a workshop. Well, we don't have a workshop, so that's the problem with that. Cell block B will give us quite a bit of a bonus here, and I think that'll be enough to go ahead and get our prison manufacturing facility up and running. And actually, that one gives us a decent bonus too. Produce 30 license plates, which we're eventually going to do. So these two are very lucrative to us, and we can actually accept both of them. So that's going to give us quite a big cash advance. So let's do this. One, let's get the workshop up and running, and then we will worry about our extra prisoners here. So the first thing we want to do, we want to keep this off the same grid as this power station. So it's going to be kind of rough considering how I did this wiring kind of not so intelligently. Probably the easiest way to do this is to reroute this power down here, cut this wire here, and run this through, because if they cross over, it's not going to be good. So let's do this. Power station, $5,000. That hurts the team a little bit. Let's dismantle utilities. So we want to have a way for this to get through here. So we'll leave a 3 wide kind of gap here. Maybe 4 wide is okay. The only worry I have about that, let's cancel that, is we want all of the stuff in the kitchen to be on this generator as well. So we're going to have to go up this way. Which is fine. We'll just go there, and wipe out that. And then this will all stay on that grid. We'll be able to hook this up like this to this grid, and you'll see what I mean in just a couple seconds here. This will run straight down the middle, and it'll be enough to power all of that, hopefully. So let's unpause it and let them go to work. As soon as they actually demolish these utilities, we should be good to go and finish running the rest of this power. And it looks like they're doing that first, which is a good thing. Okay. I think they actually dismantled some utilities down there too. Let's take a look. They totally did, even though I don't know that we told them to. Maybe we did, or maybe I forgot to actually connect these like this. So there we go. We want that connected. That should bring everything back online and perfectly leave us with this cable that we can run to here like that. So the cool part about this is once we get this hooked up, which that's already in progress. There'll actually be two different grids here. You'll see this one will be green, this one will be yellow. If we ended up putting another generator, I think that would be pink. So it's pretty easy to keep them separated. But let's get the power to the prison back on, and then we'll worry about taking care of the rest of this stuff, like the next cell block. Come on, guys, you can do it. Oh. Speed up time a little bit. I'm kind of worried about where we're going to fall in with this 8 o'clock prison transfer. There we go. That generator is online. And there's no power draw on it yet, but that will change in a minute here. Yeah, we're going to be cutting it really close if we decide to try to build another cell block and get them into it this evening, but I think we're okay because we're still at 15 right now. There we go. So we're back up and running, and let's go back to the utility view so you can see what I mean. So see, this is all the yellow power, so that's controlling the workshop, and then the green power is basically controlling everything else. So the majority of the draw is still on green, but now we can have a separate draw just for the workbenches. So that's what we're going to start building now. What we need in the workshop is we need some tables for them to store their materials on. So we'll drop a couple of those in. We'll put one there, one there. Tables are pretty cheap, so we'll just get 4 to start. And then we're going to get some workshop saws. We'll get one here, one there. So that's quite a bit of money just to get started. We're not going to focus on carpentry right now. We're going to focus on making license plates, so we'll get 3 presses as well. Now, no one's really qualified to run the presses right now, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and get that started. Once that's all built, then we'll go ahead and start working on our cell block. I want to see how much power this is actually going to take up. So you can see those automatically get hooked up to the power since we ran it down the center of the room. And clearly not enough power, but luckily, since that's on its own circuit, the rest of the prison stayed up. So we'll go ahead and add a capacitor here, see if that'll do us. And you know what, we'll just build 2 just to be safe. And we're getting pretty close to prisoner intake time, so there we go. They got that built. Let's switch that back on. There we go. Yeah, we're at 50% draw, so we should be fine. Now we've got prisoners in the shower. Everyone seems to be okay. The danger levels are right. So we're just going to let this run now and see what happens. I'm going to want to hire some more guards, definitely, because if we have 10 guards right now, definitely we need to turn off prisoner intake now. Let's go to prisoners, closed. 23 doesn't seem right, but we'll see. Maybe more are coming. I thought it said we were going to get 22 additional prisoners, so probably we are. Yep, there comes more. Got a bunch of truckfuls of prisoners, so but now you can see we're making quite a bit of additional cash flow, so we could definitely do some more staff here. I'm going to hire at least 4 more guards to cover all those extra prisoners, and then we're going to take a look at the deployment screen. I think we should be good here. We're definitely going to want to drop one in the holding block, since there's going to be prisoners in there. We're going to definitely want to drop one in the workshop, since there's going to be prisoners in there. And I think that should be good. We'll let the other 2 kind of patrol for now. Let's take a look at what we're going to be doing. And they're going to start loading those prisoners in, which is good. And good, it's turned off. I think we're okay. Let's see. So major focus points. We need to get prisoners trained on the workshop. So let's go to reports. We'll go to programs, and we've got 13 interested in the workplace or workshop safety. So that is taught by our foreman, and right now he's really not doing anything else. So we can definitely, well, if we had properly zoned this, we would be able to do this. Let's go with workshop. This entire zone is a workshop. We'll let it actually detect that it's a workshop, so we're good. And we'll go ahead and start that. So he's going to teach from 12 to 2, one class. And let's just add 2. There's no reason not to. From 2 to 4, a second class. We'll try to get them trained up on here as quickly as possible. So if we go to deployment right now, you'll see that we have 19 available jobs in here, but we have 0 qualified prisoners, and that's key right there, is the 0 qualified. We need to bump that up. And actually, we could probably, I mean, that's obviously not the workshop right now. I'm not real sure how it did that, but let's see. If we de-zone part of this, just because it's going to bug me otherwise. Come on, workshop, where are you at? I just used you. Not sure why I can't find you now. Okay, let's try and go like this. Apparently that doesn't do anything, so whatever. Good enough. So we'll let them go ahead and start working on that. Now, the next thing that we need to do, I'm not sure why you're in here, to be honest, buddy. We need to focus on our next cell block. So, I mean, we could put one right here off the shard, which might not be a terrible idea. Let's see, let's go into planning and see where that would put us. So that is 12 by 28, so good. If we were to put one here, we would want, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be right here. That would be 12 by 28, would drop us right about there, which is a little bit awkward, but we could always bump those other ones out a little bit. So maybe we'll put one right here, and then the next one could also be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be another one right here, and that would fit in pretty well with what we're doing. So yeah, maybe that's what we'll do there. Let's see, we have 55,000. I don't know that I want to spend all of it right now, so let's go ahead and focus on what's most important, which is getting one of these up and running. And we know we're going to want a pathway here in between those, and a pathway here in between those. So if we're going for symmetry, we kind of want to go here, rip out this path, and turn that into another space of yard. There's no way for us to kind of meet that up there, so we'll probably end up going something like this, which is okay because this will continue on up here like that. So I think we might have just hit an autosave there, but let's do this. Rooms, yard, increase this by 1. That should be perfectly fine there. We're gonna need to start throwing down some paths pretty soon, but not just yet. So let's see. Let's get our fence up. We'll just take it from right here, and I'll bring it out a couple. That should be perfectly fine there. Just like that. That way, once this fence is built, we can rip this one down. We'll have all this extra building space. I know what I could do is just kind of fence in the whole lot, but I think that's a waste of money, to be honest. So we're going to keep doing it this way. So right now they're eating. Pretty soon it'll be time for work. We do have 37 prisoners, so let's see, there's no real reason for anyone to go in here. So let's go ahead and set that to normal. We'll leave that one open. There's no real reason to block that. Now, whoa, we are finding a lot of stuff on these guys. That's not cool, guys. Don't bring stuff into our prison. So we've got a couple more to unload, but in general, we're doing pretty well. How are we doing with meals? Seems like some of the prisoners are kind of hungry. I think we'll need to keep an eye on our chefs here. You're just doing the dishes? Yeah. We might need to add some more cookers and stuff, but we'll kind of determine that in a little bit here. So these guys should be taking the workshop class, which is good. The only problem with the workshop is they steal tools from it. So, not the best, but which reminds me, maybe what we want to do. Okay, good. So that's built. Let's go. See, we paid $100 for that prisoner reform session, which basically teaches them to pay the foreman to do that little class thing. So let's go ahead and demolish these fences. We'll make sure that we don't actually demolish any that we need. There we go. That should take care of that, give us some more building room. And while they're doing that, we can actually focus on our bureaucracy a little bit, because I'd like to get the contraband policy, which actually tells us where the contraband is coming from. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We won't worry about any of these other things right now. Prison policy would be okay, but it's not really essential just yet. Okay, so they cleared away the fence. That's good. We probably want to put in a path, to be honest. And I know I keep pausing. It probably shouldn't be, but when the workers aren't doing anything, I like to pause it because I feel like it's a waste if we don't. Let's go with concrete tiles. This way they can move a little bit quicker. And we'll go like that. It's not horribly expensive. I mean, it's not cheap. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, we don't want that. Okay. Let's go back to materials, go to concrete tiles, and figure out what we're doing here. That kind of looks a little bit weird, to be honest. Maybe we'll go like that, and then shift it over. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And you know what, we'll do this whole part. It's not that expensive, and it'll help them move a lot quicker. So there we go. That should work out well, I think. Yeah, that should work out pretty well. We'll let them work on that. And we can see we got a couple guys in the holding cell. The danger is a little bit up. It's not that bad though. So, but once our workers finish placing all these tiles, I think we're gonna have them lay down a foundation here. Yeah, I know you're getting caught with contraband. And how is our... You know what? It seems like the prison's actually getting pretty decently clean right now from all of our workers and what have you. So, okay, so they're done with that. Let's worry about this new foundation. Let's get this one up and running. And we'll just do that one for now. We don't need to do both just yet. Where are we with the doors? Large jail door. And it's basically going to be the same as our other cell blocks. So we'll go ahead and let that build real quick. 12. Oh, let's see what the needs are at. Yeah, usually on prison intake days, the needs go up because not all the prisoners get to, you know, do what they want. So I think that's actually okay. We're meeting most of their needs. So let's see, is it food time yet? It is food time. Let's see, is everyone being fed? I think we're gonna be okay, honestly. Yeah, it looks like we were able to feed pretty much all the prisoners that needed fed. Okay, let's lock this open. And then we will start with our utilities. So the nearest water is right there. And we can just do what we typically do. Run it up like that. That should be just fine. And then we'll run it in 2 spaces to this building. Well, 3 technically. And then get our water pipes in here. That should be perfectly fine. Just want to make sure I'm not wasting money. And I think that's actually perfect. Now we need electricity in here as well. And we want to keep going off of our green power grid. We don't want to switch to the yellow. The yellow's pretty much exclusively for the workshop. So we're going to run this straight down through here to about there. I think that'll be fine. And we'll let them start building. And danger level is still rising, but I think we're honestly okay. It seems like, I mean, they definitely do have complaints, but free time should clear up a lot of that. And let's just take a look at the needs. Sleep is the major need here, so once that's taken care of, they should be relatively okay. Clothing is a definite need here. We might want to add some people to the laundry, but it doesn't seem like they really did that much yesterday, so maybe we just need to give it some time. And probably getting everyone their own cells will definitely help, so we'll just worry about that first. Come on. You guys can work faster than that, I know you can. I have confidence in you. Somebody let him out. Good. Yeah, so now that they've gone to sleep, pretty much the danger is back at low, which is good. So, is all that pipe laid? I think it probably is. What's with the electricity, guys? Are we missing like one piece? We sure are. I didn't lay a piece of electrical cable right there. So that should bring electricity to the cells, the new cell block rather, and then we'll do some planning in here, get these cells laid out, and it should go relatively smoothly. There we go. Okay, so we got light. Let's go with cells. Oops. Brick walls. So, same as before, run this down here, and down here, and then start splitting it off. Then we'll come back in and place the openings for our doors and let that get built. So I like to leave two cells for solitary in every one of these 16 cell blocks. I found that that's kind of the magic number. You don't really need that much solitary if you're running a prison like this. If you're running a prison where your prisoners are always upset, then you probably need a little bit more solitary. But honestly, our prisoners, hopefully the danger level will stay relatively low with them. So I don't think we'll have too much problems. One thing we are going to need is more shower space, because there's only 16 shower heads here. For 37 prisoners, that's probably not too bad. But if we bring on any more. If we get up to say 50 prisoners, we're going to need some more shower space. So alright, so they're done with that. They're done with the plumbing, done with the electrical. So let's focus on getting some cloning going on here. And that's the nice thing about making these cells all the same size, is we can just do this, come along, go like this, and we're golden. And then we'll hit cloning again, and go ahead and clone this top cell. Like that. And we could do the same thing with solitary, but since there's only 2 of them, I'll just do it myself. Put in a solitary door on both of those and zone that as solitary. Okay, so we'll let that get built. The other thing is we discovered contraband, which basically tells us what comes from where. We could also see in the last 24 hours what was found, what was not found. I mean, we basically see the path of how things came in. So a lot of that was brought in off the streets. So not too much we can do about that. Luckily our metal detectors did catch a lot of it. We'll be able to catch a lot more once we get more guards. Right now we don't really have anyone patrolling the metal detectors, so that's kind of a problem. One thing that we might end up doing is actually putting a jail door right here that we lock open. That way we could set a patrol to just be right in this area here. And the only problem with that, we should probably move these metal detectors a little bit closer. I'm going to actually have them do that. Dismantle them. That way we can put the doors kind of where these metal detectors are. I think that would work a little bit better. Have a smaller patrol area. Oh man, good thing they still work while they're dismantling them. Okay, good. So we're going to do objects. We're going to do a large jail door. And you can see we're eating through this money that they gave us rather quickly. But I think we're still okay. Metal detectors, we'll put 1 here and 1 here. And that should work out well. That way the patrol area will be right in here, and it'll be plenty to be able to stop them when they go through the metal detector. That's my fault, sorry. And we'll see how that goes. So once they get these metal detectors up, guys, they're going to be working on this cell block a little bit, but I'm going to let them finish that off camera, and we'll call that an episode. So we're going to lock this open. Locked open. All these doors that are locked open, I think I've mentioned this before, they're specifically there in case we have to do a lockdown, which shuts all the prison doors. Other than that, there's not a real purpose for these other than to set up zones for my guards. So, are you gonna install that other metal detector? Because there's one missing. Anyone? Someone? No? Alright, well, that's it for this episode, guys. I guess I'll see you next time when hopefully this next cell block will be finished. And we've already got people moving in here, so I'm going to have to get a guard in there soon. But that'll be next episode, guys. Until then, take it easy, and I'll see you next time.